So let's talk about the double diamond framework, shall we? What is the double diamond framework? Well, it's literally what it sounds like. It's a framework that we use and it's got two double diamonds in it. The reason why designers use this a lot is because it's helpful for us to model where we are in the problem solution space. The reason why it has two diamonds is because you're kind of doing this. I don't know if I'm doing it well, but you're kind of doing a divergence phase and a convergence phase, and you do that twice. And the reason why you do that twice is because you're trying to, first of all, get from a very general problem to a very specific problem, understanding where we need to explore, as well as providing us a framework for how we're gonna put those discoveries and put those insights into action to actually prototype, ideate, and deliver something. So I think it's important to ground ourselves on how to use this double diamond framework and when we should use it. If you're familiar with this brilliant design researcher named Indi Young, she actually talks about it in the context of this bigger overarching framework. So the double diamond framework is just part of the solutioning space. So she talks about the problem space, the strategy space, and the solutioning space. So this is where the double diamond framework comes in really handy, because you're trying to speed ahead as opposed to you're trying to sort of clear out the fog. You don't really understand a lot about the purpose or the challenge. This is where the problem space is, and this is, I feel like, where a lot of UX researchers come in to help you understand and clear the fog. Once you have that, then you're able to take that into your strategy space and have a clear direction of, okay, what are the things that we want to focus on and prioritize depending on our organization's goals. And then when you get to the solutioning space, this is where the double diamond framework really comes in handy. So in the beginning of the double diamond framework is the discovery process. So this is where the divergence happens, right? So you have a lot of ideas, but again, I want to put it into context. You're already in this bigger solutioning space. It means that you already kind of have an idea or hypothesis, but you're not actually sure, or the solution is not as concrete as you would like it to be. So you explore the different questions, you explore the different issues that your potential users are having, and this is where your design research plan comes in handy. If you have seen my product toolkit, there are lots of tools that can help you in the discovery phase. So once that divergence happens, there's a lot of ideas, a lot of questions and a lot of assumptions that you still need to figure out. Once you have that, you interview users, you lay out all of your assumptions, you create scenarios. You ideally would already have your personas, but this type of persona is more focused on the user of the potential solution. So now once you've gathered all of your insights from the discovery phase, you're now able to define specific challenges that you're trying to solve. So now you're able to take your insights and you're actually dialing down on the particular problem that you're trying to solve to help you at least brainstorm with your team, but it's more focused when you're trying to brainstorm on a particular solution. It's grounded on very specific challenges. So this is where the convergence happens. And then once you get to the other side of the double diamond framework, this is where the second divergence actually happens, because now you have specific problems you're trying to solve, you're excited, and you're ideally coming up with some solutions on what to ideate on and what to prototype together with your product team. As a result, there's lots of different ideas, lots of different ways, and so this is where the second divergence happens in the development phase, is because you're trying to kind of experiment, do rapid iteration, do low fidelity to medium fidelity prototypes. This is the reason why it's sort of diverging again, is because you have all of these ideas on how to design this initial prototype. So now we get to the final stage of the double diamond framework, and that is deliver. So you have all of these ideas that you want to prototype and you want to experiment on, but ultimately you kind of have to agree, and it makes total business sense to kind of hone it down into, okay, what are the things that we need to prioritize in order to create value to our users in the fastest and cheapest way possible. So this is when the delivery phase happens and you kind of test out different solutions that may or may not work, trying to learn from all of these like prototype testing, which ultimately should lead you to a final solution. And again, by final, I don't mean that you can't iterate on it. It's just, this is what we agreed on, and this is what makes sense for the users because of the different testings that we've done. So that concludes our video for today. I hope that you found the way that I explained the double diamond framework useful. Leave me some comments down below. If you have any questions or clarifications, I would like this to be a conversation, and my goal is to really take what I have and pass it on to other designers out there who may need this knowledge. If you like the content of my channel, consider liking and subscribing. And until then, I will see you on the next video. Happy designing! Bye!